Greetings, one and all. The NHL Awards took place last night, with the top players in the league getting some well-earned recognition while getting the chance to take home some silverware. Let's take a look at who won which award, shall we? We begin with the Ted Lindsay Award, which is given to the most outstanding player in the regular season. And this one, of course, was given to Connor McDavid of the Edmonton Oilers. Now, this one is no surprise, considering Connor McDavid, at 21 years old, was the only player to hit triple digits in point scoring this season. I believe he had 100 points exactly. I believe so. And he was the only player to hit triple digits, only player to hit 100 points. So, of course, he was given the award for most outstanding player in the regular season. Then came the Selke Trophy, which is given to the most defensive-minded forward in the National Hockey League. And this one, of course, was won by Patrice Bergeron of the Boston Bruins. Now, since Pavel Datsyuk left the league last year, this has basically become Bergeron's trophy. And he has become one of two players in NHL history to win the trophy 4 times. And his 4th time was winning it last night. Then the James Norris Trophy, which is given to the best defenseman, or in other terms, the defenseman that scores the most points at the end of the regular season. And this year, that was Brent Burns of the San Jose Sharks. The Wookiee himself managed to nab the best defenseman trophy, as he had 76 points in 82 games this season. Played every single game, 76 points. I think he had 4 more points than Victor Hedman, who was second place in the James Norris race. Then we have the King Clancy Memorial Trophy for Best Leadership Qualities. And this, very strangely enough, one I wouldn't have picked personally, was won by Nick Foligno of the Columbus Blue Jackets. Now, he led their team to their best season ever. So, once I realised this and thought, oh yeah, they did go back to the playoffs and they took the eventual Stanley Cup champions to 5 or 6 games, I believe. I think this one is quite well deserved. It's not somebody that I would have picked off the get-go, but I can completely understand why Foligno won this one. He led their team to the best season they've ever had since joining the league, so why not? That's solid leadership qualities in itself. Then here's one of the big ones, the Calder Trophy, which is given to the Rookie of the Year. Now, it was a big question. Would it be Austin Matthews? Would it be Patrick Laine? Zach Werenski was the other guy that was brought up for voting. Of course, it was Austin Matthews of the Toronto Maple Leafs. I don't think there's any surprise here, in my opinion. Yeah, sure, some people may be able to argue that Patrick Laine deserved the honour over Austin Matthews, but then again, Patrick Laine didn't score 40 goals this season. Sure, he was concussed for a section of the season, but he didn't score 40 goals this season, so I think it went to the right man, in my opinion. Then, the General Manager of the Year award went to David Poile. I believe it's Poile or Poile. Something like that. The GM of the Nashville Predators, that guy. Yeah, he got his team 2 wins away from the Stanley Cup for the first time ever, so I think he deserves this award. It's the best season they've ever had in the postseason. He managed to make a couple of pretty solid trades to help his team have that long playoff run. Unfortunately, 2 wins away from the Stanley Cup. However, next year he might win the award again if they win the Cup, so who knows? I think it deserves an award. Well done, David. I won't say your last name again, because I'll embarrass myself. Then the Jack Adams Award was up for Head Coach of the Year. And this was won by John Tortorella of the Columbus Blue Jackets. Now, he probably got this for the same reason as Foligno got his King Clancy Memorial Trophy. He led the team to their best regular season ever, got them back to the playoffs, which has been a very difficult thing for Columbus. And I think he's well deserving of this award. Well done, Torts. Then the Bill Masterton Memorial Trophy was the next to be called, which is given to the player that best exemplifies dedication to the sport. And I think this one is the most deserving of every single trophy here. Craig Anderson of the Ottawa Senators won it. Now, this one is the most heartfelt and inspiring award, pardon me, that was given out as Anderson took leave from the team to look after his wife, who was diagnosed with cancer during the season. He came back to the team once things started to look better, played absolutely tremendously and played some solid hockey by taking his team, the Ottawa Senators, to the Eastern Conference Finals, where they lost in 6 games to Pittsburgh. And then his wife was cleared of cancer shortly after the playoffs ended. This trophy was just made for stories like that, wasn't it, guys? It's a well-deserving trophy. Craig Anderson and his wife should both share that trophy all year. dedication to the sport and dedication to each other. Craig Anderson knew that he had to take some time out to look after his wife, and that's a bigger thing than just playing through the pain. Sometimes you've got to take that moment out. Craig Anderson did it, and he came back and he played amazing hockey. So congratulations, Craig Anderson. Glad to hear your wife is cancer-free. Brilliant job though, mate. Then the Lady Byng Trophy, which is given to the player that best shows sportsmanship throughout the league. And this was given to Johnny Gaudreau of the Calgary Flames. Who knew Johnny Hockey was a good sportsman? I mean, outside of Calgary. I mean, Johnny Hockey has been a pretty solid player for the last few years. His point production kind of dropped this year, but he showed good sportsmanship. I assume the amount of penalties that a player takes has something to go into this. Maybe he didn't take too many penalties. Don't have the exact number here, but well done, Johnny Hockey. Nice job. Then the Vezina Trophy. Of course, this one is given to the best goaltender in the regular season. And this one was given to Sergei Bobrovsky of the Columbus Blue Jackets. Now, this is the second Vezina Trophy in his career, and his second with the Columbus Blue Jackets. And it comes, of course, of leading his team back to the playoffs after their best season ever. So I think it makes sense. The other guys up there were Carey Price, but he saw his team eliminated in the first round of the playoffs by the New York Rangers. Rangers! And then you had Braden Holtby, who saw his team eliminated in the first round of the playoffs. Now, for those two, it's the same with Sergei Bobrovsky, but leading the Columbus Blue Jackets to the playoffs, as I said earlier, is a task in itself, and the fact that they had their best season ever adds to that quite a lot. Then the Hart Memorial Trophy was brought up for League MVP. Is this really any sort of shock that Connor McDavid of the Edmonton Oilers won this one? There's no surprise here, is there? 100 points in the season, helped lead his team to the playoffs, and I believe they got to the second round of the playoffs. That's well deserving of League MVP, if you ask me. Then the Rocket Richard Trophy for the most goals scored by a player in the regular season, and Sidney Crosby of the Pittsburgh Penguins managed to take home this trophy. Not only did he win back-to-back Stanley Cups this year, but he led the league in goals scored with 44 during the regular season. So of course it went to Crosby. 44 goals nowadays is absolutely unheard of, or it's absolutely crazy. So well done, Crosby. I mean, you're on a team that's in the same division as me and you're a division rival, but you've got to appreciate talent when it's there, guys. And Crosby, love him or hate him, he's a very talented hockey player. Then penultimately, we have the Mark Messier NHL Leadership Award, which went to Nick Foligno of the Columbus Blue Jackets once again, which is pretty much for the same reasons as before, and for the Jack Adams, and for the Vezina Trophy. Best regular season record for the team in franchise history, made it back to the playoffs, which is a rarity, and they did relatively well this season. So well done, Foligno. And lastly, the NHL Foundation Player Award, which went to Travis Hamonic of the New York Islanders. I don't really have much to say about this one because it's not one of the bigger, more popular ones out there, other than congratulations, Hamonic, and thank you for all the work and well done. Keep it up. And there you go. Those were all the trophies and all the awards that were given out at the NHL Awards ceremony last night. What do you think about the winners of these trophies? Are they good, bad, or do you think somebody really missed out on a trophy they deserved? Let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear what you guys think. But thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you have enjoyed. Please feel free to like, subscribe, share, or watch some of my other videos. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye!